is taken over by women who power cybersecurity.
Exciting, or you secure a product to a certain point and you keep pushing the boundaries of the threat model.
It's not enough to say, I checked all the boxes that are here. I have this certification, I have that degree. Well, so do 50,000 plus other people.
Exactly. I looked at them and it was, it opened the door to a new world to me.
The idea was to build a community around it, to foster an idea that will outlast me.
I say go with your dreams, if you want to do 2 things, if you want to do 3 things, if you want to do everything professionally, you can. You should just try it.
Solid experience and a background that, when I went back out into industry was, frankly attractive.
Welcome to Hack Chat. My name is Marco Figueroa, and this is a special episode. This is the first time I've had a hat on Hack Chat. And it's because, one reason, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. But I had to wake up this early because this is what you have to do if you want to interview people and get people on Hack Chat that live overseas. And I had to do that. And this person right here is very special. You're going to see during this episode why this person's on here. And there's multiple reasons, but I am super excited to have Shira Cohen. Please introduce yourself and give your background to the people out there.
Hi Marco. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Shira. I'm originally from Israel. I live in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and I'm in the vigilance team of Sentinel One here in EMEA. I'm also a student for music, and I'm an opera singer studying for my master's here in Amsterdam. I've been doing both for, I think, more than 6 years since I started my way in the cyber world. And I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you. Let's just tackle this. You're an opera singer. I want to know, how did you get into opera? Was it something that you've always done since you were young?
I've always been into music. I think in my house, it was in my parents' house, it was very big thing, I think, growing up, classical music. And I played some instruments and I got into a kids choir. And around the age of 16, I really got into singing and started my way to classical singing and opera singing. And I am from Israel, so I was in the IDF. I was there for 3.5 years. And this is how I got into cyber and the whole cybersecurity world. I had the very big opportunity, I think, and I was very lucky to get into a course that did massive training of 5 months of cybersecurity, which led me to the point that I have another profession that I can really work in and I can really learn from. And yeah, since then I'm doing both. And after the army, I decided to keep and learn also music. So this is what I'm doing.
How does both of these careers intertwine in your life?
It's really like half and half. It's something, there are days that I'm fully working, fully committed to the security world, and there are days that I'm in the conservatory or have a big concert and I really forget that I have another job, but this is something that is really me, and I think everybody that knows me knows this is who I am.
You have a passion for both. How many hours, just my curiosity, do you spend on your other career, opera? It's amazing. It's amazing to me.
Let's say at least 2 hours a day, but it really changes. So there are days that I'm fully there, and there are days that I'm fully working and in Sentinel One.
Yeah, and what is I want to know, what is your I want to say trajectory and what is your vision for opera? Because you have the passion and love for both, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the opera world in 5 years? What does that look like?
I really don't know. I have dreams, but I think I'm a practical person. And also with the coronavirus hitting and everything that happened, I know that being an artist in this world is not so easy, let's say. I really hope that I can continue to do this professionally, even if it's not a full-time thing,
Mm-hmm.
and establish my own ensemble or having a stage that I can perform regularly
Yeah.
while I keep my other career going. And
Yeah.
I keep earning money, you know.
Mm-hmm. For me, like, I look at myself as an artist as well, and when I'm doing cybersecurity, right? Because I have this blank canvas that I get to paint a picture of what I want, right? I've been at Sentinel One for the last, I want to say, 8 months. And I get to, every month, I get to paint this picture like Picasso of something, some new threat. So I always feel like I'm an artist in this game because I get to see something and I get to paint this picture. And I'm working on something right now that's going to be released in maybe next week. But I feel like, oh, wow, this is a work of art that I just put out. And every month I get to do that. And I feel like I'm an artist. And switching lanes, I know you went into it a little bit, but what made you decide to do cybersecurity when you took those 5 months courses, intensive courses? Was it something that you wanted to do, or was it like, hey, this is an option?
I didn't understand completely, I have to say, what I'm getting into. I think IDF and the exams I did before getting into it, they saw potential in me that I didn't know I had. And I came into the course not knowing what it means and not knowing much about computers at all, I think. And in this course, it was very intensive. It was 5 months of full days with extreme nice, clever group of people. And I really discovered a whole new world. And I super enjoyed the fact that I can come into a world that I don't know and really learn from zero and be quite good, you know, this feeling of, I don't know what I'm getting into, but a few months later, I'm quite good at what I do. And I discovered a whole world of how things work behind the scenes and how complex and wonderful this world is.
How many hours were you taking those courses per day? You did it for 5 months. So it
was 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oofa.
Yeah.
That's intense. And was it instructional, or you had so the reason why I'm asking this is because when I am learning a course, if I'm learning, you know, I take notes, but there's a specific way I do certain things to learn something. So I want to go into how you learn. And my thing is, one, I have a note system. And then what I do is I create like cards in this note system, and then I review them. And then every time before I start, I have to make sure that I have learned the things I learned before. And I love to go into how people learn because I am a person that wants to get those little keys that I can implement into my life. So those intense days, it's a lot, right? You're taking
but
in
it was
lot.
a lot of different, let's say, subjects and worlds. So because we studied a bit of network, a bit of software, hardware, security systems, and hacking, let's say, methods, and also some programming. So it was very diverse, and we had all kinds of courses during this 5 months.
Ah, okay. And you were every single day, were you studying, or it was just like, this is how you learn? You're going through let's say 12-hour days, and would you go home and like look at stuff, or you was just drained and you was like, tomorrow's another day?
I would sleep after that, quite a lot. But it was a very, like, 30 people of my class, and we were really in it together. So some people were very strong in some subject, and other will be in other subject, and we could help each other. And also, I think for myself, the best way to learn is really to do. And, having this PowerPoint before you doesn't really get it into my head. But if I go after and I look at the system and I do it myself, I would probably remember the steps that I did. So this would be my course of action, after seeing a PowerPoint or after hearing a lecture, I would really go and try it myself to know and to figure out that I remember and I understand how they did it. And then I would know that I know how to do it myself.
And where did you go after the IDF?
After the IDF, I spent 3 years in the security sector in Israel. So more, let's say, confidential kind of work. Okay. Still cybersecurity, mostly giving advice on how to secure projects and networks and how to implement securely big enterprise software projects.
Gotcha. And was that for a company or directly for like the Gavi?
It was, directly there.
Yeah. So you after that went to Sentinel One. What made you decide to leave? Was it time, or you just wanted a new chapter in your life, or you wanted to pursue the opera stuff?
It was both things. First of all, I decided to move to the Netherlands, and I was looking for a new opportunity that can bring me here. And finding this opportunity in Sentinel One, which is a part Israeli company, and a lot of Israeli team members, was a really, really nice thing to find out. And the second reason I think I moved was I really wanted to move to the private sector and understand how things work outside, the more defense kind of world. And I really feel that I learn a lot, and I have more opportunities to go deeper and to see things, how they really work, and how people really excel in finding security solutions that nobody has done before.
And what do you do for Sentinel One?
So I'm part of the vigilance team, which is the MDR team of Sentinel One. We're, let's say, the biggest customer of Sentinel One inside. We are working with customers that purchase the vigilance service, and we advise them, and we look after their consoles and see their threats, so we can say what is a false positive, what is suspicious, what actions they should be doing in order to prevent something from happening, or in order to mitigate a threat that is currently active in their network. So we work on the management consoles and also on tickets in front customers.
I appreciate you guys a lot, because as a painter, as an artist, I get to find leads through you guys and what you find and what you guys find interesting. And, it's one of those things that I look at to say, hey, that might be something I want to write about. Right? I want to do research. I want to uncover a specific APT, or even a nice piece of malware that I think that's interesting, and you guys give me those leads. In your experience throughout, not only Sentinel One, but your previous, what did you find that was like? Sometimes I look at malware and I'm like, oh man, these guys really are good. Like they did certain techniques that, wow, that's an experienced developer, right? That wrote this. Is there anything that comes to mind? Anything that you worked on that you said, "Huh, this is interesting," and what was that, if you can say? But what made it interesting to you, right? What did you think?
I I don't know if I can say anything specific about a thread,
Keep it
but
generic. Keep it
always,
generic.
yeah, I always really, really like when I can see the whole attack.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there are these opportunities that an attacker really um, does the certain steps that we can see in the console and we can sense with Sentinel One how he got in, what he did, what he attempted to do, and being able to stop it on time and calling the customer saying, "Hi, there is a really big attack going on in your network. It stopped now, but we need you to do 1, 2, 3." I think this is the most accelerating moments that I really feel our impact.
Yeah, and I tell you this, you are the first person that I've had on Hack Chat that works at Sentinel One, and I just want to brag real quick how good our product is. I just want to brag because I never brag, but our product is really good. And I've heard before coming over to Sentinel One, I've heard, about the product, but when you use it and you understand how it helps you, especially with ransomware, especially with that. And then the SolarWinds attacks, right? When that happened, they had, our product on the blacklist. You're like, yeah, that's why I understand why we're on the blacklist, right? So I wanted to give ourselves some flowers, and the product is just that good. And we beat everyone head to head when customers want to go ahead and do bake-offs. We always win. Always.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, the ransomware world, it's really amazing to see that if you catch a ransomware, it is always coming from an unprotected endpoint, an endpoint that doesn't have an S1 agent. So it really feels that the product is wonderful and really doing the job.
Yeah. And even like the mitigations and the rollback, right? We always post up the videos. Shout out to Jim Walter. We always post these videos about like when a ransomware hits it and everything is encrypted and we hit the rollback, and we have so many videos of all different type of ransomwares doing that, and all of them are rolled back, and it's just an awesome product, right? I cannot complain. And for me, it is like I take pride in that, right? And all my friends out there, they already know. If I know you and you're looking for a product, I'm like, if you go with another product, you're not my friend no more. You're not my friend no more, because I'm going to hook you up. I'm looking out for you and your best interest. So your best interest is to have the best product and look like a rock star. So exactly. I'm always pushing to my friends like, you need to, we beat everyone. So how's your experience working at Sentinel One?
So far it's been really, really great. It's more than half a year that I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love the team and the teamwork. I think we work amazing together, even though I have to say I didn't meet most of them, because either than they're in the US or in Israel. Mm-hmm. So I met only the European team. But with that being said, we really work wonderful together, and we have this unite vision, I think, to our customers and also to the company working. And I really love the way that things are being done in Sentinel One and the ongoing process to become better and to become the best.
Have you traveled to Israel since COVID?
I came here during, but I haven't been to Israel since.
How was? Did Amsterdam have any lockdowns?
Yes. they just now opened restaurants and museums again, but until a month ago, we had a night lockdown and things were really closed. You had to make an appointment to go into the store.
Wow. So it was really bad then, huh? There?
Yeah.
Wow. So I think we hit a milestone in California. Last week was I believe, I just Googled this the other day because I wanted to see the cases. We didn't have a single case in California. A single new case, which was a huge, huge milestone for us. And, I think as everything becomes, everyone's getting their shots and everything like that, everything hopefully will completely open up. And I think in 5 days, California fully opens like it was back to normal again. And hopefully the cases don't rise.
I really hope that it will be here.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Are you going to, well, everything is probably locked down over there, so travel will be hard. I will be at DEF CON and Black Hat. So have you gone to DEF CON or Black Hat?
No. No, never.
If not this year because of COVID and the restrictions and stuff like that, next year I'm sure you're going to be there. It's a big deal, and I'm looking forward to it this year. I'm going to have a hack chat over there as well. But
nice.
What are you looking forward to now that hopefully everything is going to open up? Are you going to travel to meet the team? What are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to going to Israel in the summer. I don't know when yet. Also to meet the team and work in Israel in the office for some time and to see my family. And I have to say that, lockdown is out, but also weather is so much better here. And Amsterdam is just beautiful in the summer. So I really want to explore that and just enjoy the sun and the canals and, swimming in the lakes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on Hack Chat. Do you have anything you want to say to the listeners out there? I appreciate you being on.
Thank you so much for having me. And I say go with your dreams. If you want to do 2 things, if you want to do 3 things, if you want to do everything professionally, you should just try it.
That is awesome advice. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Until next time, listeners. Bye.